Hi, I'm Megan Powell of the Essex Bridge Center. Today's lesson is part of our boot camp series for those players who've been away from bridge for a little while and want to step back in, or for those players who have finished their first year of bridge and now are moving on to more challenge in their second year of bridge. Let's get started with today's lesson. Today, we're going to talk about the 4-4 major suit fit. And hopefully you have some of the basic tools that we've already shared with you somewhere nearby. You should probably have access to your opener's priority list, your distributional value chart, your opener and responder range charts when you have a fit, and your bidding ladder. Now, before we get into the 4-4 fit today, let us do a quick review on our previous lesson, the 5-3 fit. The 5-3 fit begins with an opener making a first bid in either one heart or one spade. Opener is showing 12 to 20 standard opening high card points. Maybe the opener has one of the alternate opening bids that we discussed previously, but let's assume that opener has the usual 12 to 20 high card points. Opener also needs 5 or more cards in one of the major suits. It does not matter which 5 cards. So when the opener bids one heart or one spade, usually what the opener has is 12 to 20 high card points and a 5 card or longer major suit. Now the responder needs at least 3 cards in opener's major suit, and that would give you the 5-3 major suit fit. So we talked about how that fit progresses and why the pieces are in place. Let's hit the highlights of that now. I'm your partner and I've opened one heart. You are my responder. You have at least 3 heart cards to go with my minimum of 5 cards. We have found an 8-card heart fit. You are the responder and you add distribution points because you know there's a fit before you make your first responding bid. And then you will use your responder ranges to show the opener just how much help you can give in terms of points. So if your responding hand has between 6 to 9 minimum responding points, you would raise my opening 1 heart to the 2 level, 2 hearts. If you had 10, 11, or 12, medium, or what we refer to as the invitational responding point range, you would raise my 1 heart opening to 3 hearts, the 3 level, just below game. If you have 13 responding points to go with my 12 to 20, you know right now, responders, that we have 25 points for a heart game, but you do not bid 4 hearts as a first response. It does not show responder strength. It shows weakness. Instead, responders with 13 or more responding points, opposite my 12 to 20, you will bid a brand new suit, responders. What you're doing is forcing an opener to take a second bid. And when an opener makes a rebid, a second bid in the auction, opener is going to take the original 12 to 20 opening high card point range and break it down to a smaller segment for responder. If opener does not do any kind of jumping on the bidding ladder high, opener is showing closer to 12 points on the second bid. And therefore, responder's 13 points, opener's close to 12 points, will mean the partnership has just a 4-heart game. But if my opening hand on the second bid jumps up on the bidding ladder, I am showing closer to 20-ish opening points in my 12 to 20 range. And therefore, responder, my closer to 20 opening points and your 13 responding points means we are closing in on a 33-ish point slam contract. So this is how a responder can figure out whether or not the partnership has just 25 points for game or whether it has closer to slam possibilities when responder has a maximum 13 or more responding points with a major suit fit. So now I've opened one heart. You have shown me some raise in the heart suit. And let's say that you have shown me a 2-heart raise. My opener hand is now going to decide whether to bid again. So I open 1 heart and you respond 2 hearts, and you are showing me 6 to 9 responding points. This is where the opener will use the opener range chart to figure out whether to bid higher. If my opening hand, after adding distribution for the known heart fit, is at 12 to 15 minimum, lower level of the 12 to 20 range opening points, then our partnership cannot reach 25 points for game. Even if I have 12 opening points and you, responder, have 6 responding points in your 6 to 9, that never reaches 25. Therefore, we don't bid higher. If I've opened 1 heart and you have responded 2 hearts with 6 to 9 points, and my opening hand with distribution even is still at 12 to 15 minimum points, my opening hand will pass on the second bid. We have no path to 25. We will not bid higher. But if my opener point range with distribution is now at 16 or 17 or 18, medium opening points, middle of the 12 to 20 range, I should invite responder by raising to 3 hearts as my opener's rebid. Why? Well, because I know that responder is holding 6 to 9 responding points. And if responder is closer to 9 or even 8, we will find 25 points if my opening hand is 16 to 18. So I should invite responder by making an opener's rebid in 3 hearts. Let responder decide. If I open 1 heart and you have responded 2 hearts to show 6 to 9 responding points, and my opening hand reevaluates to 19 or 20 or even a smidge more, well, my 19 and your 6 are already at 25. So my second bid as opener will be to jump to 4 hearts. Now, that's fine if responder has bid just with 6 to 9 points. When we reach the second round of the auction, which is where opener's second bid takes place, opener's job is to give an assessment of how opener's 12 to 20 points are meet up with responder 6 to 9. But what if I open 1 heart and responder jumps on the first responding bid to 3 hearts to show opener 10, 11, or 12 invitational responding points? Well, now the opener's second bid will be based on math. Opener will add distribution and will take the opener point count and add it to responder's 10 to 12 points. If the partnership can get to 25 points, opener's second bid will be a game bid at the 4 level. If the partnership has no chance of reaching 25 points, then opener will pass on the opener's rebid. Okay? So now that moves us to today's main information. Today, instead of the 5-3 major suit fit, we want to talk about the 4-4 major suit fit. Now, how is 4-4 different from 5-3? We reach the 5-3 fit when my opening hand starts in a major suit with a 5-card or longer major, and your responding hand has at least 3 cards in the same major suit, 5 in mine, 3 in yours, 5-3. The 4-4 fit usually begins when opener bids a minor suit, not a major suit. Opener usually has the 12 to 20 high card opening points, but did not have a 5-card major, therefore did not open 1 heart or 1 spade. Opener moves down the priority opening list. looks to see if opener can bid one no trump. But opener has to meet two sets of criteria, has to have 15, 16, 17 high card points, and has to have a balanced hand. So if opener has 12 to 20 points and no 5-card major and does not meet the criteria to open one no trump, opener will still make an opening bid. Opener has opening high card points. No 5-card major for one heart or one spade, not all the requirements to open one no, and this is where opener will begin the auction instead in the default of one club or one diamond. When opener bids a minor suit, in addition to the opening point count, opener is showing 3 or more cards in a minor suit. Does not need 5 the way you do with a major suit. 3 or more cards. And when opener starts the auction in one club or one diamond, opener is bidding the longer of the 2 minor suits. What if the 2 minor suits are equal in length? What will opener do? Well, there is a protocol. If opener has 3 club cards or 3 diamond cards, opener will start the auction in one club, the lower ranking of the 2 minor suits when you look at the bidding ladder. If opener has 4 clubs and 4 diamonds, opener will bid one diamond, the higher ranking of the 2 minor suits. This is an important technique you should be adding into your bridge bidding. When opener bids one diamond, opener will have 4 or more diamond cards pretty much every single time. And that's helpful to your partner because your partner will know where at least 4 of the diamond cards and will start thinking about where the other 9 diamond cards sit among the other 3 players. It could help your partner during the auction as the auction proceeds, putting together card counts in other hands, but it also helps your partner if you and partner are on defense once you reach the play of the hand. If your partner knows or assumes you have at least 4 diamonds, your partner will have a sense of how many times to play the diamond suit. So using this technique of opening one club when you hold 3-3 in the club in the minor suits and opening one diamond when you hold 4-4 can help your partner as the auction and the play progresses. Now, there is only one time in bridge when your partner opens one diamond where she won't have 4 diamond cards, and it's this kind of hand. When an opener has 4 spades, 4 hearts, 3 diamonds, 2 clubs, opening point count, but no 5-card major, not a one no trump opener if you don't have 15, 16, 17 points. Opener is going to bid the longest minor suit. In this case, and only this case, opener will bid one diamond and will only have 3 diamond cards. This is an example where diamonds is in fact the longer minor suit, but it does not have 4, and it is the only situation in bridge where an opening of one diamond does not hold at least 4 diamond cards. All right, so we're talking about the 4-4 major suit fit. It generally starts with opener bidding a minor suit. Let's look at a bunch of examples of where that's the case. On this first example on my screen, Sal has 12 high card points, does not have a 5-card major, so it's not opening one heart or one spade. Opener does not meet the requirement to open one no trump because while it is a balanced hand, 4-4-3-2, it is not 15, 16, or 17 high card points. Therefore, as you move down the opener's priority list, if you can't open a major and you can't open no trump, with opening points, you will still open something, and that something will be the longest minor suit. And in this case, the opening bid will be one club. Let's look at this example. Our dealer here has 12 to 20 high card points, a standard opener. There is no 5-card major. This is not a 1-no trump opener. It does have 15, 16, 17 high card points, but it is not a balanced hand. Anytime you have a singleton, you absolutely do not have a balanced hand. So looking at the opener's priority list, no major suit opening, not a no trump opening, we will open the longest minor suit. And on this hand, it's 1 diamond. Let's look at some more hands. On this hand, our dealer has 12 high card points. We'll make an opening bid, but there is no 5-card major. This is not a 1-no trump opener. A singleton means you do not have a balanced hand. So now we're going to open the longest minor suit. But as you look at clubs and diamonds, notice they are equal length. How does opener know which minor suit to bid? With 4-4 in the minors, you always open the higher ranking minor suit, diamonds, on the bidding ladder. Even though the clubs are a little nicer, give your partner meaningful information. 1 diamond will almost always have at least 4 diamond cards. When you look at this 19-point hand, it absolutely is going to be an opening bid, 12 to 20 points. But there is no 5-card major, so we're not opening 1 heart or 1 spade. While it is a balanced hand, it is not 15, 16, or 17 high card points. We would not open 1 no trump. We also would not open 2 no trump. For those of you who remember that a 2 no trump opener is 20 or 21 high card points. So we are going to open our longest minor suit. In this case, the minor suits are equal length. 3, 3 in the minors. And even though the diamond suit is prettier, with 3, 3, you should open 1 club. Give your partner meaningful information. On this hand, our dealer has 14 high card points. So there is a 12 to 20 standard opening point count. No 5-card major. Not a 1 no trump opening bid. It is in fact a balanced hand, 4, 4, 3, 2, but it is not 15, 16, or 17. So let's open the longest minor suit. Now this is an example of when we would in fact open 1 diamond without 4 cards. It is the only situation in bridge where this happens. It happens because you have 2 4-card majors, and then your 2 minor suits are separated as 3 cards and 2 cards. You are opening the longest minor suit. It happens to be diamonds. You're going to open 1 diamond, and yes, you only have 3 cards, not the usual 4 or more. Our final example has 11 high card points in the dealer's hand. Now, the dealer does not have a standard opening bid. But when you hold 10 or 11 points as the dealer, instead of passing right away, consider whether you have an alternate opening bid. Now, if you have 11 high card points, which you do, and you had a 6-card or longer suit, that would be equivalent to 12 to 20 high card points. And you would open an 11-point hand with a 6-card suit as though it were 12 points. But you don't have a 6-card suit here. Instead, what you do have is another opening alternate bid that comes up a lot in bridge when you hold 10 or 11 points as dealer. It's called the rule of 20, and we discussed it last lesson. The rule of 20 works this way. You look at your shape. It's going to be unbalanced for this to work. You have to have 2 suits that are longish. You count up the number of cards in your 2 longish suits. In this case, I see a 5-card diamond suit. I even see 2 4-card suits, but I'm only going to choose 1 of them. A 5-card suit and a 4-card suit are 9 cards. Take that number 9 for the length of your suits. Add it to your high card points, 11. If that number equals 20 or more, open the bidding. And in this case, 9 cards plus 11 high card points equals 20. You're going to open the bidding, and you would use your usual priority order when you think about how to open. If you had a 5 card or longer major, you would open the major suit. You don't have that though. And you do not open no trump using the rule of 20. I've put not a no trump opener here on your screen because I really want to highlight the fact that when you're opening the alternate bids with 10 or 11 points, you're not going to have 15, 16, 17 points. And you're not likely to have a balanced hand because in order for a rule of 20 to work, you need 2 longish suits. So no balanced hand, no 15 to 17. Don't even think about trying to figure out how to squeeze no trump into an alternate opening bid. When you use the alternate opening rules, you're opening a major suit or a minor suit. And without a 5 card major, you're opening your longest minor suit. All right. So now, let's say that you and I are partners and I've opened 1 club or 1 diamond. In fact, I'm going to tell you I open 1 diamond. So now I've opened a minor suit. You are my responder. And your first task as my responder is to begin the search for a major suit fit. We love major suits, don't we? They score so well. So what would you need, responder, to search for a major suit fit? Well, you, responder, need at least 4 cards in a new major suit. Why 4? Why is 4 the number? Well, remember, when I made an opening bid in 1 diamond, I don't have 5 cards in a major suit, but I absolutely could have 4 cards in a major suit. And if I have 4 cards in the same major suit as you do, responder, we will have found an 8 card fit. So responder needs at least 4 cards in a new major suit to begin this search. Responder also needs at least 6 high card points to begin the search for a major suit fit. Why is 6 the magic number? Well, remember, when I make an opening bid, I usually have I have a standard opening point count, 12 to 20. And you don't know whether I'm 12 or whether I'm 20 high card points. If you have at least 6 high card points, responder, and I have 19 or 20 maximum opening points, there's our 25 point count for game. So when you have at least 6 high card points, responder, you should respond something just in case my opening hand is sitting on 20 or so opening points. So now, responder, I've opened a diamond. You have at least 4 cards in a new major. You have at least 6 high card points. You could have more than 4 cards in the major suit. You could have more than 6 high card points. You are showing baselines when you change to a new major suit, responder. You're showing a minimum number of cards. You're showing a minimum number of high card points. And you always, responder, change to that new major suit as cheaply as possible. Now that means that you could have a responding hand that has 4 cards in the major and 6 high card points, and you would change the auction to 1 heart or 1 spade on the 1 level to show your new major suit. But it is also true that you would respond 1 heart or 1 spade on the 1 level if you had 6 cards in the new major suit and 11 high card points. What's also true is that your first responding change of suit would be on the 1 level, if you had 8 cards in the new major suit and had something like 14 responding points. Always bid the new major suit, responders, on the 1 level after I've opened a minor suit. Now, here's something to consider. When I've opened a minor suit, you have responded in a new major suit on the 1 level, showing at least 4 cards. And if my opening hand has 4 cards in that same major suit, that is the 4-4 major suit fit. We've just found an 8-card fit, 4 cards or more in your hand, 4 cards in my hand in the same major. So now I've opened 1 diamond and you have made a first response in 1 heart. What happens next? Well, now the opener must take a second bid. Must. Why? When a responder bids a new suit, responder is showing a minimum amount of points. When I open 1 diamond and you have responded in 1 heart, you are showing me 6 or more high card points. You are not showing me an upper point limit in your responding hand. You could be sitting on 20 responding points, and there is no way on your first responding bid to show me that. Some responders believe that if I open 1 diamond, and let's say you, responder, had like 11 points, you would bid your new heart suit on the 2 level, 1 diamond by me, 2 hearts by you, because you think it shows extra points, but in bridge it does not. 1 diamond by me, 2 hearts by you has a specific meaning, and it is not strength. It is weakness. And I won't go down that path right now, but you're going to have to trust this on faith. 1 diamond by me, 2 hearts as a first response by you does not show me that you have 10 to 12 invitational points. It does not. A new suit by responder is always made as cheaply as possible. Because you are showing cheaply as possible, my opening hand must bid again. I must make sure that the auction returns to the responder. My opening hand cannot pass when a responder bids a new suit. Responder will need time to talk about extra points in the responding hand. So I open 1 diamond, you, responder, bid 1 heart. My opening hand must rebid something to keep the auction alive until it returns to you, responder, in case you have so many points in your hand. And this is why a responder bids a new suit as cheaply as possible, even if responder has all kinds of responding high card points, because responder knows that opener cannot pass. Responder knows she will get another chance to bid in the auction. So responder makes a new suit change as cheaply as possible, knowing the auction will return to her. So now I've opened 1 diamond. You, responder, have changed the auction to 1 heart. What does the opener do next? Since this is the lesson in the 4-4 fit, it means that opener absolutely will have 4 cards to go with responder's new major suit. There will be a major suit fit. We talk in other lessons what opener will do without 4 cards for responder's new major. That's a whole different conversation. So now I've opened 1 diamond. You have responded 1 heart with 6 or more high card points and 4 or more hearts. My opening hand has 4 hearts as well. We have just found the 4-4 major suit fit in hearts. Opener knows this second there's a heart fit, so opener's going to add distribution before making a second bid. And in our previous lesson, the 5-3 fit, we spent a lot of time on distribution. Let's hit the highlights. What is distribution? It's when you hold a short suit that you will become void in early, surprising the opponents. You will be able to trump that short suit early and gain control of the hand, which will allow you to start working on your own process. So what is distribution? If you have a doubleton in a suit, you often add a little extra, but not every doubleton. an ace and a little baby card. And a little baby card is any card that doesn't already get high card points. So any card 2 through 10, you're not already giving it a high card point value. Spot card. Ace and a spot card, king and a spot card. Perfectly fine to add 1 distribution point for a little extra value because those are short suits. You're going to win a trick with the ace little. You could win a trick with the king little. And then you'll have control and start working on your own process. If you have 2 spot cards, the 3 and the 6, the 9 and the 4, you're not already adding this high card point value. So it's perfectly fine to add 1 point for distribution. So these doubletons add an extra point for before you make your second bid. Singletons, you may add 2 points for distribution if you are holding an ace singleton or a little baby spot card as a singleton, any card 2 through 10. You're not already giving it high card point value. Add 2 points for distribution. And if you're missing an entire suit, you have a void. Add 3 points of distribution. Boy, are you going to surprise the opponents when they leave that suit. You do not add distribution for any suit that has a doubleton holding a queen or a jack. Any jack, queen, doubleton, do not add distribution. Not even if it's ace, queen, or ace, jack, or king, queen, or king, jack. Any doubleton that has a queen or jack in it, no distribution. Likewise, no distribution for king, queen, or jack singletons. All right? So I've opened a diamond. You have responded 1 heart. My opening hand has 4 heart cards. I know we have a fit. I've added distribution. Now my second bid is opener. My opener's rebid will show you, responder, just how much help I can give your new major suit. My opening hand is going to be broken down into 3 segments, from the 12 to 20 original points into 3 smaller segments, with 12 to 15 opening points, including distribution. My opening hand is at the bottom of the 12 to 20 range. I am a minimum opener. I say to myself, I can only help your new responding major suit a little bit. So my opening hand will raise your major suit change a little bit. I will take your 1 level change of suit in hearts to 2 hearts. I can afford to move up to the 2 level with 12 to 15 minimum opening points. If I have the middle of the 12 to 20 range, 16, 17, 18 opening points, well, I'm going to offer you a medium amount of opening help. I have an invitational opening point range with 16 to 18. I will bid the invitational level. In major suits, the invitational level is 1 level below game level. So my opening hand will take your 1 heart new major suit up to 3 hearts and let your responding hand decide whether we go to game or not. If I have 19 or 20 opening points after I've added distribution, I'm at the maximum opening level, the upper end of the 12 to 20 range. I know that your responding hand had to have at least 6 high card points. Well, if I have 19 or 20, I know right now we have 25. I will go to game on my opener's rebid, 4 hearts. I'm telling you immediately how much help I can give you in your new major suit. What will responder do? Well, if the partnership's not yet at 4 hearts, then responder considers whether we should still get to game. And this is where responder adds distribution, because this is the moment when responder figured out there was a heart fit, only after opener makes a second bid. So then responder adds any distribution, and responder uses math. You're going to take the opening point range that your partner has shown you, 12 to 15, 16 to 18. You're going to add it to your responding points. Can we still get to 25 points? If it's there, bid game. If we have almost 25 points, then consider inviting if we're not already at the invitational level. And if there's no hope of getting to 25 points, then responder's going to pass. So let's look at a bunch of hands together where we have to make decisions both as opener and responder to figure out whether we can get to a fit in a major suit and to a 25-point game. On each of these hands, South will be the dealer, and I have given you the high card points at the bottom. So we start off with South, and South has 12 to 20 standard high card opening points. South will make an opening bid of some kind. The first thing South looks for is a 5-card major. Well, doesn't have that. The next thing that South will look for is the requirements for one no trump, but South does not meet those requirements. Yes, South has a balanced hand, 4, 4, 3, 2, but South does not have 15, 16, or 17 high card points. Therefore, South will still make an opening bid with 12 to 20 points, and now we're down to the bottom of the opener's priority list. By default, we will open a minor suit. South's job is to look for the longest minor suit. It might only have 3 cards in the suit, but if there's one minor suit that's longer, that's the one you open. And in this case, South opens 1 club. The opponents are going to be passing. We haven't talked in our boot camp series yet about bringing the opponents into the auction. We will in the future. Right now, they're passing. North is the responder. North, if you have at least 6 high card points, you should respond something. Why? Because the opener could have as much as 19 or 20 opening points. You could have 25 points together. So now, North, you say to yourself, my partner in South started the auction in a minor suit. My first task as responder is to try and shift the auction to a major suit. North, you would need at least 6 high card points, which you have, and at least 4 cards in a major suit, which you have. And a responder always changes to a new major suit as cheaply as possible. So North's first responding bid is 1 spade. South, we come back to your opening hand. You must rebid. You must bid again. Why? Because North's responding hand is showing 6 or more high card points. And that means North could have many more points than 6, has no way of showing it when she bid 1 spade. Therefore, responder needs to have another opportunity to bid in this auction, and the only way that happens is if South, your opening hand, takes a bid to keep the auction alive. So therefore, South must rebid something. But here's some good news, South. Your opening hand has 4 spade cards to go with North's 4 or more spade cards. We've just found the 4-4 major suit fit. Now, I know. South, if you didn't have 4 spade cards, you would still have to rebid, and we would have to talk about what that would be, but that's a completely different lesson. That's not this lesson. South, you have 4 spade cards to go with North's 4 or more spades, and you, South, know there's a spade fit right now. Therefore, before you make your second bid as opener, you will add distribution if you have any. But do not add distribution for a Jack Doubleton. So you're going to use your high card points only. You have 12. You are a minimum opening hand with 12 to 15 minimum opening points. That means you raise a minimum amount in North spade suit to show the fit and your bottom of the range points. We go back to North's responding hand, and this is the moment, North, where you know there's a spade fit you did not know before now. This is where you would add distribution if you have any. Now you don't have any. So you look at your point count and you say, North, my responding hand has 10, 11, or 12. invitational responding points. We could still have 25 points because South is showing 12 to 15. North, when you have an invitational responding point and nobody has bid the invitation yet, you should. You should invite on the 3 level. Why? Because South's 12 to 15 points could be at 15. If you have 11 and South has 15, even 14, you've got 25 points. So North, invite in 3 spades and let South's opening hand decide what happens next. Now, opener, you've been invited by responder. You know that North's responding hand has 10 to 12 points. You look at your hand, South. You've got 12 to 15 minimum points, and you say to yourself, should I go to game or not? With 12 to 15 points, you break it down this way. If you had 12 or 13 points, you would pass. You wouldn't have 25. But if you have 14 points, then you should absolutely go to game. Certainly, if you had 15 points opposite 10 to 12, you know you would have 25. But I'm telling you that even if you had 14 points opposite North's 10 to 12, you would go to game. Now, on this hand, South, you have only 12 points opposite North's 10 to 12. There is no path to 25 points. So don't bid higher. Pass. How did we do on the first one? Good. Let's move through some more a little faster. Ready? On this second board, South is our dealer, 12 to 20 high card points, no 5-card major. This is not a 1-nut trump opener. You're going to open your longest minor suit, 1 diamond, South. North, the responder, says, well, my partner opened a minor suit. I'm going to start searching for a major suit fit. You say to yourself, North, I need at least 6 high card points, and I need at least 4 cards in a major. And you absolutely have that, North. It does not matter what your cards are in that major suit. Any 4 cards. So North, you're going to change the auction to a new major suit as cheaply as possible. 1 heart. South, we come back to your opening hand and you must bid again. A new suit by responder is forcing for opener for 1 round. Now, South, you do have 4 heart cards to go with North's 4 heart cards. You have a 4-4 fit. You would add distribution right now, opener, before you make your second bid, if you had any, but do not add any distribution for a Jack Singleton. So what you have, South, are 16, 17, 18 invitational opening points. And you should invite. That's the 3 level, 3 hearts. North, we come back to your responding hand. This is the moment you know there's a heart fit. You would add distribution if you had any. You don't. You have 9 responding points. That is the upper end of the minimum responding 6 to 9 range. South is offering you the invitational 16 to 18 opening points. You have 9 responding points. You know right now you have 25 points. And honestly, even if you had 8 points instead of 9 points, I would go to game. So if I'm North, I go to 4 hearts. And that's where we'll play that board. Let's look at our third board. South is our dealer, 12 to 20 high card points, no 5-card major, not a balanced hand, so we're not opening 1-nut trump. We are opening our longest minor suit, but here's the problem. There is no longest minor suit. The minor suits are equal in length. How do you decide which one to open? When you are holding 4-4 in the minors, the opening should be the higher ranking of the 2 minor suits. South should absolutely open 1 diamond, even though she likes the clubs better. Give your partner information. North, your partner opened a minor suit. You would like to begin searching for a major suit. You look at your hand, North, and you have at least 6 high card points. You have at least 4 cards in a major suit. In fact, you have 11 high card points. You have 5 cards in a major suit. When you make your spade bid now, Should you bid higher than the one level? Absolutely not. Always change to a new major suit as cheaply as possible. North, your first response is 1 spade. Now, South must bid because a responder changed to a new suit. The good news is that South has 4 spade cards to go with North's 4 or more spades. South, you get to add 2 distribution points for that ace of heart singleton. Your 12 high card points just became 14 total opening points. You are a minimum 12 to 15 point opening hand. You will raise North's spade suit a minimum amount to 2 spades. Now, North, this is the moment you know there's a spade fit. Do not add distribution for a jack singleton. So all you have are your high card points, North. You have 10, 11, or 12 invitational points. You should invite in the spade fit to show your 10 to 12 points. South, you've been invited as the opener. If North is holding 10 to 12 points and you have 14 points, what you're doing is using math. With 14 points opposite North's 10 to 12, you know what? It's good enough. Yes, 15 would be better. It would be a nice true 25, but I'm going to tell you that when you are invited by the responders 10 to 12 and your opening hand has 14, go. You will be right more often than you're not right. You will take your 10 tricks most of the time. Go to 4 spades. Let's take a look at this next board. 12 to 20 high card points. No 5 card major, not the right point count to open 1 no, not even the right point count to open 2 no. South should open the longest minor suit, but the minor suits are equal length. When you have 3-3 in the minors, you should open the lower ranking minor suit, 1 club. Now, North, your job is to search for a major suit fit. With 6 or more high card points, 4 or more cards in a major suit, you want to change to a new major suit on the 1 level. Here's your dilemma, North. You have 2 4-card majors. How do you decide which major suit? Well, when a responder holds 2 4-card majors and is going to bid one of them, responder should always bid up the line, up the bidding ladder. It's possible North has 4 cards in a major suit for you. You don't want to miss a potential heart fit with your partner, the opener. So responder, if you have 4 hearts and 4 spades and you're going to change to a new major suit, you always change to 1 heart. Okay? Now, South, the good news is you, in fact, have 4 heart cards. You have no distribution. You are at 19 opening points. That is the upper end of 12 to 20. You have a maximum opening point count opposite North's 6 or more responding points. South, you know right now the partnership has 25 points and a heart fit. We are in the second round of the auction starting now with openers rebid. When we hit the second round of the auction or later, the one who knows goes. Go to 4 hearts. All right, this hand, number 5, 12 to 20 high card points, not a 5-card major, no, not a 1-nut trump opener, opens the longest minor suit. But in this case, your longest minor suit is only 3 cards, even though it's a diamond suit. This is the only example in bridge where you would open 1 diamond and not hold 4 diamond cards. It's when you have 4 hearts, 4 spades, 3 diamonds, 2 clubs. You would open 1 diamond. In theory, your partner will assume you have 4 diamond cards, but this is the one example when you don't. Still, you're opening your longest minor suit. North, as responder, you'd like to search for a major suit fit. You need at least 6 high card points, which you have. You need at least 4 cards in a major suit, which you have. You change to that new major suit as cheaply as possible, 1 spade. And now, South, you're going to bid something because responder bid a new suit. You have 4 hearts and 4 spade cards, don't you, opener? Huh. You say to yourself, but my hearts are better than my spades. Should South ignore North's spade bid and show South's hearts instead? No. Yes, I know they're prettier. Doesn't matter. The minute a partnership finds an 8-card major suit fit, that's it. That's it. We go with the known major suit fit. And at this moment, South's opening hand knows they have an 8-card spade fit. So South, forget about the hearts. Those hearts will win a trick or 2, or maybe even 3 on their own. With a known 8-card spade fit, we're going to play in spades. Add 1 distribution point for your club doubleton. You are now at 15 minimum opening points. So with 12 to 15 minimum, raise responder spade suit a minimum amount to 2 spades. North, this is the moment you know there's a spade fit. If you had distribution, you would add it. You don't. You have 6 minimum responding points. South has promised you 12 to 15 minimum opening points. A minimum responder opposite a minimum opener means you cannot reach 25 points for game. And that's true even if South's 12 to 15 is 15 and your 6 to 9 is 9. There is no path to 25 points. And since you do not get extra credit for bidding higher, don't. All you do when you bid higher is force your partnership to take extra tricks just to make the contract. So if there's no 25-point gain here, don't bid higher. North, you should pass. All right, the last of these minor suit opening hands I want to talk about. On this hand, South is our dealer, but South does not have the 12 to 20 standard opening high card points. South, you might pass, but anytime as a dealer you have 10 or 11 points, you should consider whether or not you have an alternate opening bid. And the first thing I usually look for is the 11 high card points and 6 card suit. I like to refer to that as the equivalent 12-point hand. South, you have 11 high card points, but you do not have a 6-card suit. So you don't have that equivalent 12-point opener. What you do look for next is the one that actually happens more often than you think, and that's the rule of 20. What is the rule of 20? That's when you take the number of cards in your 2 longest suits, sum those that length up together, and then add that to your high card points to see if it equals 20. So South, you have a 5-card diamond suit and a 4-card secondary suit, doesn't matter which one. That's 9 cards in your 2 longest suits. You take that 9 and you add it to 11 in the high card point area. And 9 plus 11 is 20. As long as it equals at least 20, you should open the bidding. Now, how do you know what suit to open? You go back to your priority list. If you had a 5-card major, you would open the 5-card major. You don't. So you're opening your longest minor suit, 1 diamond. North, you're still on a hunt for a major suit fit. You need at least 6 high card points. You need at least 4 cards in a major suit, and you change to a new suit as cheaply as possible. 1 spade. South, good news is you have 4 spade cards to go with responders, 4 or more spades. You started lighter than usual, didn't you, with the rule of 20? But that's still okay. Add distribution if you in fact have it, and you have a void. You should add 3 points for the heart void. Your 11 high card points just became 14 minimum opening points. So with 12 to 15 minimum opening points, you're going to raise North's spade suit a minimum amount, 2 spades. North, this is the moment your responding hand knows there's a spade fit. You would add distribution if you had it, but you don't add distribution for Jack doubletons. You say to yourself, you have 10, 11, or 12 invitational responding points. You don't know whether or not you have 25 points opposite South's 12 to 15. So with 10 to 12 invitational responding points, North should invite 3 hearts. We'll let the opener decide whether to go to game or not. Opener, we come back to you. You've been invited by the responders 10 to 12 points. You have to decide between passing or going to 4 spades. Now, how do you decide? I know you opened light, but you did add 3 points for a void. A void is incredibly valuable. You have 12 to 15 opening points once you added 3 points for the void. And the way you decide is this when you hold 12 to 15. If you have 12 or 13, pass. If you have 14 or 15, go to game. And South, you have 14 points once you've added distribution. Opposite North's 10, 11, or 12. You know what? I would go to game. I know you don't necessarily think it's 25, but I'm going to tell you that when you have 14 opening points and the responder has shown you 10 to 12, you will almost always make the 10 tricks you need in 4 spades. So go to 4 spades to vie for that game bonus at the game level. All right. So those are our basic look at opener bidding a minor suit, responder shifting to a new major suit. But I do have one last example. Does the 4-4 major suit fit always start in a minor suit? Well, not necessarily. I've got one more hand where we'll see the 4-4 fit without a minor suit opening. And it goes like this. On this example, South has 12 to 20 high card points. South has a 5-card or longer major. South opens 1 heart. That should not be new. But we're opening a major suit now, not a minor suit. North, your responding hand looks for 3 heart cards, but you don't have 3-card support for opener's major suit. So what are you going to do, North? You do have 4 cards in the other major. You know right now the partnership does not have a 5-3 major suit fit, but it is still possible for the partnership to find a 4-4 major suit fit. Responder, you have at least 6 cards, 6 high card points. You have at least 4 cards in a new major suit. Absolutely change the auction to 1 spade. South could absolutely have 5 spade cards and 5 heart cards and 4 spade cards for a fit for you. You have to give it a shot. Now, South, you must rebid, right? New suit by responders forcing. You do, in fact, have 4 spade cards to go with responders 4 spade cards. There is a 4-4 major suit fit, but some Souths are going to get nervous here. They're going to say, but I have 6 heart cards. Should I show my hearts again to show the 6th card instead of showing my partner a spade fit? And the answer is no. No. The minute you know you have an 8-card major suit fit, that's it. Yeah, I know you like your 6 heart cards. I know it. But you know right now we have an 8-card spade fit. Absolutely. Go with the known spade fit. So, South, since we know we have a 4-4 fit, you're going to make a second bid now. You should add distribution before you make your second bid. You give yourself 2 distribution points for the club singleton, 1 distribution point for the diamond doubleton, and now your opening points are 16, 17, or 18 invitational opening points. I would invite in the known spade fit, 3 spades. Now, North, as responder, this is the moment you know there's a spade fit. North does not add distribution for a Jack doubleton. North has 9 responding points, the upper end of the 6 to 9 range, and knows that South is promising 16, 17, 18 opening points. Well, north, your responding hand has 9 points opposite 16 to 18. You know right now there are 25 points. Even if you had 8 points, honestly, I would go to 4 spades. Now, it is true that the partnership has actually an 8-card heart fit and an 8-card spade fit. Is the spade a better choice than the hearts? Actually, it is. One of your takeaways is this: a 4-4 fit is usually better than a 5-3 fit or even a 6-2 fit. Why is that? Remember that when you go to pull trump during the play of the hand, usually when you have 8 or more cards together, it will take 3 rounds of trump to void the opponent's. If you're in a 5-3 fit, what that usually means is you have 2 trump remaining on one side of the table, none on the other side. If you have a 6-2 fit, you're actually going to run out of trump before you even get to the 3rd round of trump on one side of the table. So you have lopsided remaining trump. When you have a 4-4 fit and you pull 3 rounds of trump, you have 1 remaining trump on responder side and 1 remaining trump on opener side, or dealer and dummy, if you will. Declare and dummy. And what that gives you is flexibility. It allows you to play those 2 trump cards absolutely separately. You get to void a suit on one side of the table and trump it on the other, void a different suit and trump it on the other side of the table. A 4-4 trump fit actually gives you extra flexibility and quite often will give you an extra winning trick. So I would go with the spade suit on this one. So a lot of information this week with our 4-4 lesson. Let's take a look again at your materials, take a look again at this video, and see if it makes some sense to you. And I will see you in class.